All right, welcome back, everyone, to the Big Blue Tea. All right, Giants Nation, buckle up, because the kettle isn't just simmering today, it's absolutely screaming.
Oh, yeah.
And you know what it's screaming about? The one position group that gives every single Big Blue fan those restless nights. Our offensive line. Welcome to the Deep Dive. We're going to tear into the latest insights, the reports, the whispers, peel back all those layers and get you those crucial nuggets of knowledge.
That's the plan.
Our mission today, get to the bottom of this boiling uncertainty around the Giants O-line. It's the engine, right?
Yeah.
The engine of our team. And right now, that engine feels like it might be running on fumes.
That's a critical observation, and it's not just a feeling, There are studies showing elite O-lines can boost expected points per drive significantly, like over half a point compared to average.
Wow.
Yeah, and that directly links to win probability. So it's not just important. A solid, cohesive offensive line, it's the bedrock. It dictates everything. Strategy, QB play. We have to analyze every bit of info coming out.
Okay, let's start with the cornerstone then, Andrew Thomas. For us Giants faithful, he's not just a left tackle. He is the guy.
Absolutely.
Protector of the blind side, the brick wall with cleats. Gives the QB that extra tick. But here's the elephant in the room, the massive question. Big Drew's coming off that Lisfranc injury.
Yep.
Now, for those of us who aren't orthopedic surgeons, what does that really mean for a guy like Thomas?
Yeah.
Especially when he gives that kind of non-committal, hey. We'll see.
Yeah.
About week one readiness. You just know Joe Schoen somewhere dropped his Gatorade hearing that.
Well, what's often missed with a Lisfranc injury, especially for an O-lineman, is it's not just pain. It really compromises their anchor foot.
Oh.
That's the foot they push off from. It generates power for their slides and pass pro, for the drive in the run game. It's fundamental.
Right.
We've seen other top guys, like Trent Williams way back, take basically a full season after returning to really get that explosive power back.
Well, full season, ooh.
Yeah. So Thomas's injury history, even though he's dominant when he is healthy, it now raises some, legitimate long-term questions. Availability, consistency.
Yeah.
That impacts how the team can even plan their scheme.
Oh, don't even get me started on planning.
Yeah.
Or the lack thereof. Last season, you remember, right, after Thomas went down in week 6.
Vividly.
The line, already shaky, it crumbled. Faster than a Nature Valley granola bar. We had the QB carousel, Joan, Tyrod, Tommy Cutlets.
It was tough to watch.
Tough. It felt like watching musical chairs on roller skates. And I swear you could hear the thud from my living room every Sunday. Each one of them got to meet the turf like it owed them money.
Yeah.
What was the biggest takeaway you saw from that instability?
Analytically, last season was a flashing red light, a stark warning. The direct impact of O-line instability on QB performance on the whole offense. It's profound.
How so?
Well, when your line can't provide consistent protection, forget continuity, your play calling just shrinks. It becomes incredibly limited. QBs rush reads, they rush throws. That leads to picks, sacks, and beyond the stats, it just kills confidence. Guys start pressing, the whole offensive rhythm gets thrown off. It perfectly shows why that group is absolutely non-negotiable for any kind of success.
That lack of continuity.
Yeah.
That brings us right to the depth chart. Who could even step up?
Yeah.
Because the Giants, they have backups, but honestly, they don't exactly inspire a ton of confidence, do they?
Just thin.
Right.
Yeah.
If Thomas isn't ready, we're looking at James Hudson III, Stone Forsythe, or Joshua Zudu. I mean, no disrespect, but that sounds more like a law firm's intern list than starting left tackles for the New York Giants. And then you hear the whispers from camp. Evan Neal getting reps at left guard next to Thomas, just in case. It feels like, okay, plan A is limping. Plan B better be learning sign language for blitz pickups fast.
And learning sign language for blitz pickups is actually a pretty good analogy. Interior guys, they have split-second calls to make on who blocks who when pressure comes up, the A or B gap. Those tight lanes inside.
Right. Different world than tackle.
Totally different. Requires instant communication, different reactions than mostly one-on-one battles outside. So this whole situation, it really raises that crucial question about the team's real confidence in the depth they have.
Yeah.
Relying on unproven guys there, that's a significant risk. And moving Neal, who's already struggled at tackle, inside to guard, that tells you they're actively just searching for any combination that might stick. That speaks volumes.
And speaking of the bigger picture, long term. CBS Sports' Josh Edwards dropped a take recently that was so real, I nearly spit out my coffee.
Oh, yeah. What was that?
He basically asked, who is a part of the long-term vision, aside from Andrew Thomas and perhaps John Michael Schmitz? Quick.
Oh, wow. That's blunt.
And honestly,
With that.
that's the T, right? That really hits home. Because looking at this O-line, outside of maybe Thomas and Schmitz, it kind of feels like everyone else is just on a guest pass. As a fan, man, you just crave stability there. You look at the contracts and the steam really starts rising, doesn't it?
Absolutely. That's a fundamental team-building worry. The financial side, the strategic side, having so few long-term anchors on the O-line, it's immense.
Oh, so?
It forces you into this cycle. Short-term fixes, maybe high-risk draft picks. It rarely leads to that sustainable, top-tier O-line development you need. Building that cohesive unit through continuity. This kind of goes against that.
Right.
So the team's trying to balance what they need right now with a long-term vision that, like Edwards hinted, seems pretty fuzzy beyond those two names.
Let's zoom in on some of these guys, their contracts, because it just hammers home that uneasy feeling.
Yeah.
John Runyon Jr.,
Yeah.
okay, signed through 2026. But the guaranteed money, poof, already drying up.
Mhm.
If the Giants want to move on after this year, they save, $9.25 million with only a $2.5 million dead cap hit?
Yeah.
That dead cap, for folks listening, that's money that counts against the salary cap even if the player's gone. Basically the penalty for cutting him early.
But in this case, the potential savings are much bigger than the hit.
Exactly. Then you got Craig Van Roten, another one-year deal. Jermaine Eluner, his contract's up after this season too. Maybe they re-sign him.
Yeah.
But you hear they're really hoping rookie Marcus Embo steps up long-term. Right now, though, that's all just vibes and hope.
And that really highlights the tightrope GMs walk, right? Financial flexibility versus on-field stability, relying on a bunch of one-year deals and rookies who haven't proven anything yet.
Yeah.
It just creates volatility.
Yeah.
Sure, those potential cap savings, like with Runyon, they look good on paper, but the trade-off, often a lack of known talent, lack of cohesion. It's a calculated risk, definitely, but puts huge pressure on your player development and scouting.
Now let's circle back to Evan Neal. Drafted high. Supposed to be the right tackle of the future.
Yeah.
But his time at tackle so far has been, let's just call it experimental. So now the team wants him to basically become the Mekhi Becton of the interior line, right? Move to guard, dominate inside. And Neal seems open to it, which is good.
Right.
But can he actually do it at a high level?
That's the core question. The complexities are substantial. Playing guard, it demands different physical stuff, different mental processing than tackle.
Like what?
Well, both need power, obviously, but guards face that immediate surge from DTs, need quicker hands, a really strong base for leverage, getting lower than the other guy, getting that push.
Okay.
For Neal, it's not just learning new assignments, it's fundamentally changing his footwork, his blocking angles, how he reacts. It's a high-stakes move for the Giants' whole O-line plan. His success or failure really impacts the unit's stability for potentially years.
Or if he can't do it.
Yeah.
Are we just rearranging deck chairs on the Titanic?
That's the fear, isn't it?
And then there's Jay Kubas. Undrafted guy, kind of flying under the radar, but maybe.
Rare.
Maybe developing into that Van Roten backup role. Backup center, maybe guard, could be more. But it feels way too early to crown him anything yet. We're always hunting for those diamonds in the rough, but it's a long shot, usually.
It is. But finding and developing those late-round guys, those UDFAs on the O-line, it's incredibly important for long-term roster health, especially when your top guys cost so much.
Right. Got to find value somewhere.
Exactly. Guys like Kubas, maybe not starters right away, but they give you valuable depth. They push the guys ahead of them. And maybe, just maybe, if they develop right, you get a cost-controlled starter down the line. It's that low-risk, potentially high-reward play, essential for building a sustainable pipeline. But like you said, it's a marathon, not a sprint.
Okay, now for the really spicy part.
Yeah.
Edwards, in that same piece, even suggested that maybe even Thomas and Schmitz aren't as long-term locked as we all assumed.
Oh.
I know, almost fell out of my chair. Why do you even process that? Questioning the guys we thought were the actual foundation.
Well, it's a critical evaluation, right? It forces the team, the front office, to look at some harsh realities. For Thomas, look, his injury history is consistent even if his play is elite when he's out there.
Yeah.
So you have to consider contingencies, especially with his guaranteed money running out. We all love the guy, but let's be real. A few more missed chunks of seasons, and that elite status gets harder to bank on long term. It impacts future investment decisions.
Okay. And Schmidt?
Well, high expectations for a recent pick. He's been solid, sure, but has he dominated? Maybe not yet. Plus, he's had his own injuries slowing things down. Wasn't there something about lack of physicality mentioned too?
Yeah, and this is the second offseason in a row he's missed practice reps with shoulder issues.
Right. So, while he might be the least of the Lions' problems right now, that doesn't automatically mean he's cemented as the long-term answer yet. There's a difference between solid starter and foundational anchor. Both guys, honestly, probably still have something to prove to fully lock down that long-term status, given the draft capital and, in Thomas's case, the contract.
So the bottom line here, this Giants O-line, it's like an Instagram filter. Looks okay from a distance, maybe, but you get up close, you start seeing the cracks.
Yeah, that's a fair analogy.
Thomas not committing to week 1. That's more than just a foot injury update that feels like a big flashing red light on a position group that already has question marks basically taped to every single locker. Look, there's talent there, there's potential, we see flashes, but man, there are also injuries, expiring contracts, guys may be playing out of position, uncertain fits, and just a whole lot of what ifs.
Yeah.
The Giants fan, it's this constant anxiety bubbling under the surface, you know?
What we've really unpacked today shows it's a genuinely complex, very uncertain situation for the Giants O-line. It's not one single thing. It's a combination of really critical factors all tangled together.
Yeah.
Thomas's health, the unproven depth, those big contract decisions coming up, the high-stakes positional switches like Neil Seal, how they navigate all of that. It's going to be absolutely critical for any success this season and probably beyond. It directly impacts protecting the QB, running the offense.
Yeah.
It really is the key to their immediate future.
So sip slow, Giants Nation. The big blue tea is boiling over, and yeah, the offensive line might just be the hottest kettle at camp this year.
Absolutely.
So here's something to chew on, given everything we've dug into today about this O-line. If you were Joe Schoen, knowing the tightrope they're walking, what's the one move you'd prioritize right now to try and solidify this unit for the long haul? Think about it.
Good question. All right, well, I think that just about wraps things up for this deep dive.
Yeah, seems like a good place to pause.
Just wanted to say a massive thank you for tuning in to Big Blue Tea.
Absolutely. And, you know, a huge shout out always to BLKFREEZYTV.
Oh,
For
definitely.
the fantastic programming, the production, everything that makes this possible.
Yep, their work behind the scenes is just really appreciated.
It really is.
This has been Big Blue Tea.
Until next time.